Hey, flipper. Leave it. Bring up 48. Switch.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Push him back. Two. Hey, we're good. 58, right over there.
Here's Cousins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Here's Madison running on first down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a give to Madison running right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Gun. Good route here.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort, and you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's Madison. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Jahan, ready?
59. Touchdown, defense.
On second and 11 now. Cousins. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Cousins from the gun on third. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Emmanuel Agba drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Throwing on second and 8. Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Double dog, that's the way.
From the 38, Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check. Lucky. You draw quarters.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run with Madison. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Robert Quinn able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there, 9 yards, but it still leaves him with work to do on 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he completes it to Cohen. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
At the 40-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Now Trubisky to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Gano the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd and 7, Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Alert, 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 alert. You got me ready. Don't be scared.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there on a 1st down for Chicago.
1st down, Chicago.
Trubisky now 6 of 10 in this 1st half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on second and long. Trubisky. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. On third down, Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Going on the ground with Madison. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Bears.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Alert, 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 alert.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking downfield for Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was. Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready? You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Following the interception, Cousins gets it to Gordon. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Next to score, Vikings 24, Bears nothing. Brian Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen. His fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Trubisky will throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Ready? 59. Woo! Check it out. Right 382, list 50.
They'll run it with Madison. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I got it. Hey, can't. Mike Part 9.
Now Cousins. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 40.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second and 9, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Trubisky brings the Bears up first and 10 at their own 11. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, work.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, 18.
Now it's Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Trubisky now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is first and 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Alert. 54. So don't say nothing. Hey, watch that. Alert.
On second down and 4, Trubisky. And this is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's third and 4.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. It's complete to Jones. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. It was third and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more on that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run. Because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off, and he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another carry now for Madison. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land, 100 yards or more in a game.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins going up top. And this will be caught at the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 46 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now a give to Madison. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The end result, 21 yards. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Mike 54. Mike Recon, 132 fighter. Check. Deuce.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Ball. Defense. Who we got?
Now Trubisky. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Hughes. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Going to run with Madison again. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
At the 40-yard line.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now Cousins. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but